everybody. Welcome to tonight's BB Can 10 chat.
Oh, hi. It's episode 3.
BB Can.
Yes, BB can. What if BB can't?
We'll find out.
All right, well, last time, Melina was evicted, and Kevin...
He survived the block.
He did, so he got a little treat. The littlest treat that was offered. He thought he was going to get 5,000, but he only got 500. But still better than 0.
Yeah, I mean, this season, whoever survives the block...
I'm such a villain. Do you think I'm smart because of the way I look?
I mean, he's kind of killing it so far.
Yeah,
so.
he is.
He's living up to it. But, yeah, this season, the person who survives eviction will get to pick from 3 doors. And
if Big Brother wants them to.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it every week, are they?
I was under the impression that they weren't, but this episode they made it sound like they were, so I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But
being a pawn's not so bad, is it?
It's an interesting addition to the game that I look forward to seeing more of.
Okay.
It's not always going to be money. It could be an advantage. It could be a punishment. It could be some sort of a twist.
Small child?
I don't know. We'll find out, right?
A little puppy? All right, so we find out that there is a big house alliance.
There's a mega alliance.
The Savage 7 Alliance. No, they do not shoot up drugs.
Oh my god.
They have ice in their veins.
So yeah, that signal that we saw during the voting from 3 of the house guests, that is the signal for the Savage 7. So in that alliance, we have Herman, Gino, Kyle, Josh, Moose,
and
then,
just for fun, 2 ladies.
It always kills me
Tanisha
when
and Summer. It's
just clear that they're like tacking on a woman or 2 just to be like, look, we have a woman.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy that. But yeah, do you think that this alliance will actually make it far, or do you think they're doomed to fail?
I think they'll make it far, but the women are going to get cut first.
I don't see this alliance making it very far.
I don't know.
Spoiler alert, they're already talking about targeting each other, some of them.
Oh, never mind. All right, so you know what hasn't changed? Jess is the target still. She was the target last week. She's the target this week.
Jess is definitely a house target at this point. They've had a hard time fitting in, and yeah.
I mean, they were quite abrasive last week, so I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah.
All right, so it's time for the HOH comp, and it's called Sharks Up!
Ooh!
Which I didn't get why they called it Sharks Up.
Like Surfs Up? But there weren't any sharks.
Just call it Surfs Up?
I guess they wanted to be cute. I don't know.
There were no sharks.
The sharks are the players!
So they made them dress in bathing suits. The guys couldn't wear shirts, but some of the girls had on those long sleeves.
That was cute. I like that.
I'm getting that.
I really like them.
That.
Yeah. With
like
the color blocking.
Yeah.
Very cute.
I'm getting that. All right. So
it was an endurance comp.
You had to balance on a surfboard.
There was a fulcrum in the middle.
Yeah. It was a surfboard teeter-totter. And it had plexiglass on the front and the rear along the board.
Yeah.
But not at the ends. So they gave you a tiny watermelon, or what they were saying was a tiny watermelon.
Cute and little.
She said it wasn't really a watermelon.
I don't think it would be real, because wouldn't they need to make sure that they're all consistent, like the same shape and size, to be fair?
Who would pick a watermelon that tiny anyway?
Maybe it's like a special breed.
No,
I don't know. Species. But like,
it must have been a ball.
I'm sure it was just a ball.
Made to look like a tiny watermelon.
They gotta be uniform in size and shape.
Why a tiny watermelon, though?
Because it's cute.
Is that all they had at the store?
I don't know. All these questions. Just enjoy it.
All right. Well, wouldn't it...
They had to balance the ball on their surfboard.
Yeah. So, it was like, you got to keep it... It was like a Survivor-esque...
Definitely has a Survivor feel to it.
But a Big Brother, you're wearing bathing suits looking cute situation.
Right.
Most of them. All right, so Betty was out first, like 5 seconds into it.
Yeah, very quickly.
Eh?
I mean, if you don't have good balance, this is not the competition for you.
No. And then Jess, it turned out that they had a really good strategy rhythm going to keep the baby watermelon right within like the eighth of the middle of the board. So if you count 3 seconds on each side, it kind of keeps it in the middle.
Well, and that strategy too, you are controlling what's happening with the watermelon. You're not just trying to like make up for whatever it's doing. You know what I mean? So like you're in control in that situation. It's all just about focusing at that point.
Well, everybody copied off of their test, and because they were in front, so everybody else could see what they were doing,
and it was working.
And they had their back to everybody else, and it kind of sucked because everybody copied it, and then they were out.
Yeah.
So.
This challenge, I didn't even think about how much this would hurt your neck just to look down at the ball to see where it is. But I do remember them complaining on the feeds about having neck pain after that.
And
it makes sense now.
See that.
Yeah.
You have to constantly look like at your crotch because it's like.
Yeah, sometimes the ball would go behind you. That would make it so much more difficult to keep track of that ball.
Yeah, because then you're like, and what if you had a drippy nose or something?
I was thinking that too. I was like, what if like your nose started bleeding
or dripping?
Yeah.
Bloody, dripping nose. All right, so that didn't happen though, thankfully. So Marty, it came down to Marty and Kyle and Stephanie and Gino, and they were all like, hey, we're all good, right? You know?
Marty kept saying he really wanted to see his family and get that letter and the pictures from home. So he was like, I really want to win this one. And he was trying to get everyone else to drop. And they were like, I don't know. Kind of want to win too.
Also, Marty does not trust Stephanie, really.
Yeah, so he was like, I need to say her. So it eventually came down to Marty versus Stephanie.
Oh, what a coincidence.
And again, they're trying to wheel and deal, but...
Marty was really begging for a deal. He was like freaking Maniskin. You know, I'm begging you. Give me a deal, Stephanie. And she wouldn't drop.
No. Which to me, if you don't take the deal and you just like are eliminated from the competition without dropping on purpose,
but it wasn't like, okay, I'm dropping.
To me, that's no deal.
Right.
There's no deal there.
Deal or no deal.
It's
no deal.
You're offered the deal and then you drop, or there's no deal. You know?
I can't believe that competition lasted almost an hour and a half.
That was pretty impressive for that type of competition, I have to say.
So Marty won HOH because Stephanie fell off.
Yeah. And he was immediately to Stephanie like, I'm a man of my word, you're fine, you're not going up.
I am man of my word. I can't do Marty's accent unless it's something specific, but it's amazing, I have to say. It's not that I'm making fun of him, it's that I'm in awe of him. Yeah. All right, so it's time to see Marty's HOH room. Ooh la la. Marty and his little dog really got me. That picture is just like...
Yeah, his beautiful family. He found out that he gets Wendy's.
Wendy's!
Yes.
Yeah, wait, what did he call it? Wendy's.
Yeah.
Not Wendy's.
Wendy's. And he decided Tanisha would be joining him for that.
Oh, so it's the olds.
Yeah, the parents.
Yeah.
Yep.
He also got new clothes.
Oh! That's fun.
Yes, but that outfit,
that's all right.
He tried to sell it, but I don't see Marty as an untucked.
Yeah. What are those shirts called?
Untucked. Yeah.
Or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I am digging the clothing sponsor this season.
That's cool.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
At least it's not furniture. Because, like, the clothes they can take home. Do they get to take home the furniture? Or is that just
really doubt it.
Stay in the HOH?
Can you imagine they're just like, I'm taking this couch. But anyway, Marty got his letter from his wife. He was very emotional reading it.
This place is so much cleaner without you.
Dang!
Savage.
His wife was going in.
And he's not even in the Savage 7.
Yeah. But everybody enjoyed hearing his letter.
They were all
crying.
Quite
a few people got emotional about it.
So was Marty. He couldn't continue. He had to get his composure and then continue.
Yep.
It's nice to see a man so emotional about his family. Anybody so emotional about their family. Yeah. I mean, he hasn't even really been in there that long.
Well, I remember during his pre-show interviews, he was talking about how amazing his wife was, and I was like, that's really sweet.
That is really sweet.
All right. Moving on.
Steph and Marty have a chat.
She wanted to check in, make sure they're good. And again...
So Marty...
Marty is saying, yes, we made the deal. I'm going to honor that. It's all good.
All right. So then the hens are sitting around. And that would be Steph, Tanisha, and Helena. And they said, we want to see a showmance. We want a showmance, just a little showmance.
No, we don't want that.
We want makeouts. We want googly eyes. We want romance.
Yeah, I guess if I was in the house, I would want it just because it would be like a soap opera in front of you. But also, it would put targets on people.
We want our stories. We can't get Pornhub. We want softcore porn.
Anyway, so yeah, they're trying to encourage a showmance here. They're thinking that there could be a showmance between Gino and Steph, and Steph is like, ooh, I love that. Yeah.
I'm for that. Well, guess who's not for that? Gino.
We'll get there in a bit, though.
All right, so Marty and Kevin have a chat, and Kevin says...
Kevin wants to make sure he's not going up on the block again. So he is more than willing...
Do you think I'm smart?
Yeah, he is more than willing to throw out some other names.
All right, so he talks pretty and says, you should put up Jay and JC Lynn.
Marty's like, okay.
Oui. All right.
He's into that idea because he is targeting Jay. He doesn't want to go for Stephanie because they made their deal and he wants to stick with that.
Right.
But he would
love to go for Stephanie.
Yeah. He was also worried about Jay. He feels like maybe if Jay were to win HOH, he could be in trouble.
They would go after him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jess wants to make sure everything's cool. Talks to Marty.
Because again, Jess is pretty much a house target at this point.
I think everybody at this point is assuming that Jess is going to go up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. After Marty won HOH, everyone was like, oh, I feel good with Marty. I think I'm going to be okay. Somebody's got to go up. So Jess is telling Marty, I want to work with you. If I win HOH, I wouldn't come after you. So
and I'll be a target in front of you.
Yeah, I would be an asset for your game. So Marty's like, you know what? Yeah. You're right. Like, why am I going to come after you when I know you're not coming after me?
Exactly.
And it makes sense.
All right, so then we have a little time waster. Kyle and Tanisha are sitting around talking about their alliance.
Savage 7. Full disclosure, we could not hear this conversation because the
dogs were going after each other.
They're getting a little uppity during that, and we missed the whole segment, except for, Savage 7. I don't know. Leave it in the comments what they were talking about.
I think it was just filler fluff.
I guess.
Like, this is the establishing chat about the Savage 7.
Yeah.
All right, so Gino and Steph.
Ugh. This has been painful to watch on the live feed. Steph has been following Gino around, trying to flirt with him, trying to get something going.
Trying to get it on.
And Gino is just like, but he can't, like, run away. They're stuck in this house together. Run. Yeah.
So, but he is flirting a little bit.
Not really.
To not make her feel bad.
And he's had a lot of conversations with other people like, I just can't get away from him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's bad.
He's super Greek, but you know what? She's into it.
Well, he's into somebody else.
Oh!
I feel like there were way too many showmance segments on this episode. Like, they're really trying to make the showmance happen.
Somebody is really horny. On that editing team there.
I don't know.
We want a showmance, just a little showmance.
All right, well, let's talk about the Wendy's segment.
All right, spicy chicken is on the menu. It's back on the menu. We're both getting it.
Yeah.
Oui.
And I guess this season they're bringing back past house guests in videos to reward the HOHs.
Ooh la la, it's Jillian from Saison 1.
She was talking about how she also won HOH the second week of her season, and look how that turned out. Maybe somebody will vote incorrectly in the finale this year, too.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I was such a Gary fan.
You shouldn't have won. She didn't know how to vote.
She played a great game, but I'm still Team Gary.
All the way.
Yeah.
All right, so lots of game talk in French. How do you feel about this olds/parents alliance?
I love it. I want to see the older house guests make it far. Yeah, because a lot of times we see them out so early, and that's just a bummer.
Do you think either one of them will make it to the final 3?
It's possible. I think Tanisha might have a better shot of making it far compared to Marty, because Marty is very close to a bunch of
dumb
guys, and like that's gonna be targeted at some point.
Yeah.
So I feel like Tanisha would have an easier time of making it to the end, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, they were speaking in French a lot. Marty has been speaking in French with a lot of the house guests.
Marty, Gino, Tanisha.
Which I think is awesome, and I'm so glad that he is able to speak his first language and feel really comfortable in there.
It's not so good for us.
It's hard watching live feeds and not speaking French, so I don't know what they're saying most of the time when they do that. Every once in a while you can find translations on Twitter, but it's nice that on the episodes at least they're putting the subtitles.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jay and Marty are chatting.
Uh-oh. This was a very quick conversation because Marty had been called to the diary room right before they started talking. So Jay was just like, all right, here's what's up. You're not my target. I don't know what you're planning here, but
I hope you're not going to be putting me up.
And Marty was like,
I'm putting you up.
Ah! So he says it's nothing personal. We just haven't had that many game chats so far, so
of course Jay's like, so let's talk. I'm not coming after you. There's a line drawn in the sand type of,
Well, they talk again later. Yeah. We'll get to that.
All right. Well, Tanisha asked Gino about Steph. And, Betty was there too. Mm-hmm. And he confesses, hey, I'm just not that into her. You know? But I may be into somebody else.
Oh, JC Lynn.
What?
Yeah.
All right, so more French chat. This time, Gino and Marty. Mm-hmm. Marty's telling Gino, I'm going to put your friend up, JC Lynn, although I don't know she's your love interest right now.
I mean, there's been a lot of speculation, like, oh, is Gino going to get with Steph or JC Lynn or Summer? What's going on? But yeah.
Well, Marty says to Gino, I wanted to put up Steph, but
I
made a deal, and I promised her safety, so I gotta put another ass in the seats.
And JC Lynn is close to Steph, so if he can't go for Steph, he'll put up JC Lynn. But in all honesty, Jay is the number one target this week for Marty.
So Gino, feeling like he really needs to warn JC Lynn, and yes, he does.
At least he gave her the heads up.
Yeah.
He lets her know, hey, it looks like you might be going up on the block, so you should probably talk to Marty.
Yikes. Did he try and not... He said, like, oh, I tried. Sorry. Did he try to convince Marty not to put her up? No, I don't think so.
Hard. But, I mean, I can't blame him. It's week 2. You don't want to stick your neck out and risk your game for somebody...
For your showmate?
That you just met.
Who you can't stop looking into their eyes and getting carried away by?
I mean, they just met, right? So, he shouldn't be risking his game.
Madeline, you should know... that in this game, 1 week in the Big Brother house is like 3 months in the outside world. I know that.
I'm just saying. I think it was smart that he didn't push it too hard. Plus, he knew JC Lynn is not the target.
Right. That's true. All right. So, Marty and JC Lynn have a chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, JC Lynn was all like, I'm going to take care of this myself. I don't need a man doing this for me.
Are you putting me up? Am I your target? And then she started crying, and
she's trying to get something together with Marty, like, I want to work with you, yeah. I wouldn't come after you, blah, blah, blah.
Well, he's like, we're having good conversations, it's just not about game.
Yeah, so it didn't really change anything. All right.
I'm not coming after you, don't make me cry.
All right.
I felt like he went from, you're probably going up to like, you might be going up. He didn't want to see her cry. I can't blame him.
Yeah. I mean, he seems like a sweet guy in real life.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he wants to win the game just as much as everybody else.
Sure.
So you got to put in the work.
So then Jay had another chat with Marty, and Jay wanted to know, am I a pawn or am I the target? Just be straight up with me. And Marty was. Marty said, yeah, you're my target. I'm coming after you.
You are the target.
And Jay was like, all right, well, this is going to be a crazy week for you then. Jay is ready to turn up the drama.
Yeah. All right. So
and they did. I'm just telling you, they did.
Now it is time for the noms. And Jay is dressed to the nines.
I love Jay's look.
Pasties.
The makeup, the pasties, the sheer.
The little short corset.
Yes. Well done.
The big harem pants or wide leg pants.
Yeah.
That was...
It was a good look.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. And the makeup.
Yeah, I
the
mentioned
war paint.
The makeup. I liked it.
So, Jay is nominated. JC Lynn is nominated. No surprises there. Marty said, Jay, I tried to work with you, but no.
Yeah, he was basically saying that he tried to, like, extend some sort of olive branch to Jay and, like, have conversations with them, but Jay never really went for it. Apparently, Jay didn't do much gaming week one because they were safe and they kind of just, like...
hung back?
Yeah, just sat back and got to know people on a personal level.
Yeah.
So that kind of is becoming an issue at this point.
Yeah.
And then for JC Lynn, again, they didn't really have any game conversations, so...
They had beautiful conversations, personal.
Yes.
But not game.
Yeah.
So...
I gotta say, I love the dramatic lighting of the nomination ceremony. I'm glad we still have that. But I'm also happy that they really slimmed down the ceremony because it saves more time for other things. So we don't need this like craziness that takes up a lot of time.
We're already tight on time in Canada because of the sponsorships.
Yeah.
So it's nice. They got rid of the expensive graphics and the heads on the sticks and the whole...
we didn't need the short list. So thank you for streamlining it. It really allows more time for other things, and I appreciate that.
I do too. So it's very low tech, and it's nice. Both of the nominees had vowed that they would go after Marty if they survived the block.
Ah! Marty has been very sloppy this week.
He has been pretty sloppy.
A lot of people have been very sloppy this week. So
There's
let us
been
know.
A lot of slop this week.
Yeah.
No slop. No actual slop.
I haven't heard anything about have-nots so far.
Not a whiff of slop.
Yeah. So let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments. And thank you so much for watching.
She'll be back tomorrow, but we'll be back on Wednesday for the POV comp.
All right.
And everything else.
So we'll see you all next time. And until then, much love.